All right, what's going on, guys? This is the second video out of 3. The first video I took the bed of this Tundra off, so if you want to learn how to do that, watch this video first. In this video, I'm going to try to clean up my frame a little bit and paint on some of this chassis saver. I got this from my local auto parts store, and it was recommended to me by another body shop that's local. I'll put a link to this down in the description that you can check this out on Amazon if you want, if you can't buy this at your local auto parts store. This is what my frame is going to look like before. This is where my spare tire hangs, so I'm going to chip all this stuff off and repaint that. And I may just try to move some of these wires as I go so I don't goof up and not remember where they all go. This is part of my air bags that I have on my truck. But I'm going to have to take this out and pressure wash all this off. This is the cross member that's in a little bit rougher shape, but hopefully that'll last. But my frame don't really look too bad, especially from here. None of the frame looks too bad. Just got a little bit of surface rust. Not too bad for a 2007. But I always tried to keep this thing clean after all our great salt that we have put on our roads. Here's a bolt that I got to try to get out that I snapped off. I don't plan on videoing this whole thing of me cleaning that, but I'll show you here and there, maybe a few little tips if you watch this whole video. Some of what I got to use is this, what I call a needle gun. It was called a needle scaler from Harbor Freight. And I'm going to use this wire brush on my grinder. And I just have a couple small little wire brushes that you can put like on a drill. Then I'm going to spray some of the super clean down on it to try to degrease it and pressure wash it, let it dry, and then I'm going to paint some of that chassis saver on it. So let me get to try to start cleaning some of this up. It's a little wet right now because it just got done raining. All right, I don't have my mic on, but here's what we got. I made a video with my cell phone of where all these wires went, and I unhooked all these wires from all the spots. And like I said, this is my airbags. I'm having trouble getting them off. But what I found is I'm gonna have to borrow my buddy's air compressor, but this needle gun works awesome. Let's see if I could try to show you with one hand. Or I've watched a lot of videos and read different things, and guys will complain about whatever they bought, like that, I think is a POR 15, I think. They don't think that stuff works, and that probably works also. But see that big chunk right there? You got to get this stuff off. It's got to look like this before you put the product on. See that chunk? I got to get that off. So I'm going to be working on this a while. I don't think it's as bad up underneath, but I'm going to have to do it underneath too. But this needle gun will take these chunks off. See, there's that one. There's that one. All right, if you take your bumper off, you got to take these corners off first. There's going to be these little clips up under here. I tried to spray some lubricant on these, so hopefully I did not break them, which I think I got this one off and didn't break them. My other one, I broke one. So I'm going to try to glue it back on there. And then they go all along this big long piece. You got to take the 2 corners off first. And don't forget, you will have one right here. It looks like a screw, but it's not a screw. It just pops in there. You can see on the back side, right here. If you're going to take your whole bumper off, you're going to have I think you gotta take these two out. These two. You don't have to worry about this one, these ones on the end. But then you're gonna have two up underneath. There's like one right about here. Yeah, one here and one here. You have to take out. Tell you what, this thing works pretty good. If I could find one, I'll put one down in the description that you can click on and check it out. Now I've just sprayed some super clean down. I'm not really done, but I think I'm gonna pressure wash this, let it dry, and I'll do some more tomorrow. Really a lot of gook in some of these places. I think it's gonna work better if I just try to clean some out. Slowly starting to look a little better. I think if I just do that 2 or 3 times, hopefully it'll be good enough. But I'll tell you what, needle gun it or clean it up, and then you pressure wash it, and then pressure washing it's going to show you a bunch of spots that you missed. See there, right there's a spot I gotta get there. That spot should come off. And there's a whole bunch of little spots I'm gonna have to try to get tomorrow. I think when I'm done, it'll definitely last me a couple more years until I go buy a new truck. All right, it's day 2 of me working on this. I started using that needle gun. I definitely found out, I might have already said this, that the needle gun is definitely the best tool to use to try to get rid of all the rust. Then after I pressure washed it, that really makes it easy to show some of the spots that I missed. And I left my fan run on it all day and let it sit out in the sun yesterday. So I'm gonna try to finish up some of these spots that I was working on yesterday and try to figure out how to get that gas tank off. So let me get back to working on this and I'll show you a little bit here and there. This is my broken bolt. I started soaking it yesterday and I'm soaking a little more today. I'm gonna see if I can get that out. And here's trick number 2, or here's tip number 2, 3, I don't know what number I'm on, but if you put one of these little fancy headlamps on, makes you look really cool. Then if you're looking down in here, you can't see much until you throw your headlamp down in there. You can see down in over there, I can see I got some stuff I want to chip off. Don't want to let all that stuff on there. I know I'm not going to get this perfect, but if I got my truck bed off, I might as well do as good as I can. That, and like I said, I think if you wipe your hand across there, you can feel different spots. Right there's a little bit I could get off. Right there's a little bit. You can't see it when you're... See that? Took that right off. Where was that? Right there. I think I got it. Yep. We're getting there, and I'd look really cool with this headlamp on. Alright, so far I took off this bracket so all these will move. And I probably haven't been telling you all the sizes, but They were a 10 millimeter. And I got out all of these things. If you want to try to get these out without breaking them, I tried to spray a little lube on them. And then I tried to get underneath with pliers and squeeze together like these little tabs on all these. So hopefully I can try to reuse some of these. I might go to the auto parts store and see if I can buy more of them, or I'll just end up trying to use zip ties. Please leave me a comment down below and hit that subscribe button if any of these tips are helping you out. Alright, I think I got the top pretty much done. Touch up a few little things here maybe one more time, but I did get the gas tank down and worked on this cross member here. I can't give you too many tips. It's kind of sitting on my floor jack. Just really look where all the lines are. You can, if you unhook stuff, it will lay down without having to totally disconnect it. Just be careful, go slow, and like I said before, maybe take a couple videos with your cell phone so you remember how everything goes back. Oh, that's cool. Let's put that up there. Alright, I got my frame, I think as good as I'm gonna get it, ready to paint. I definitely think the needle scaler or needle gun, whatever you want to call it, worked the best. I did run my wire wheel on my grinder a little bit over the top of this, just to kind of just smooth it out, but it does say on that paint that it like you to leave a little bit of the rust on, so I could probably work on this 2 or 3 more days and keep getting rust off, but I only have 2 cars, so I can't let this be down too many more days. I'm borrowing somebody's car right now and I want to get their car back to them. So hopefully some of the tips I give you helped you with fixing your car or truck. Just making my airbags, so I only got to fill 1 spot instead of 2. That, when I put these in, I thought I was going to need 2, and I think it'd just be easier to have 1. Alright, I finally think I'm ready to start putting some paint on my frame. I got my paint ready, and I'm going to try to scoop out some of the paint, put it in this container, and try not to get any on the edges. That way I can kind of just lay this lid back on here, and then I can easily take it off as I go. And just in case I don't get it done today, you don't want to get any paint down inside there. If you do, you can try to put some food wrap or like some wax paper or something down over this. You try to put this on and there's any of this paint down in there, you're not going to get the lid back off. So I'm hoping that I can just kind of keep putting it in there as I go. Or hopefully I'll just get it all done today. Let me get to painting and we'll see how it looks when I'm done. All right, let me get this opened up. All right, I couldn't even get the lid off. They say this stuff is good stuff, so I took a utility knife and I cut a little triangle in it. And this is how I'm gonna stir this up. And then I'll just put a piece of tape over the top and I'll fill this up as I go.
Hopefully this will work.
I'm going to try to put a thin coat on first, and then I'm going to some of the areas I plan on putting a second coat on. I also have a tarp and some cardboard down so I don't get this all over the floor of my garage. I'd recommend having some good airflow through your garage. I have my garage doors cracked, my back door cracked, and then I have this fan blowing because I don't have any fancy respirators. I don't do this all the time, but that seems to really help, that fan blowing. This is the first time I've ever used this kind of paint. I tell you what, it really goes on easy, and it seems kind of like a thinner paint, so it soaks right into all the little, if your metal's not perfectly smooth, it definitely goes on real easy. Tell you what, one thing I'm learning is this gallon of paint goes a long way. I definitely think maybe I could have bought less. I didn't want to run out. They didn't tell me that this paint went that far. Trying not to get paint all over everything. If you're able to take everything off, it'd probably be easier, but I didn't want to try to take all these wires off. If you get this on your skin, it's probably going to have to wear off. You see, I ended up cutting the end of my paintbrush off too. Seemed like it helped to get into some tighter spots. Here's another tip. Get a Mickey Mouse pillow and put plastic bags over it so you can put your head under it when you roll under your truck. All right, well, that's about it. Hopefully I gave you a couple tips if you are trying to repaint the frame of your truck. All I used was paintbrushes. It may be a lot easier if you would have a lift and you could spray it on, but it can be done with a paintbrush. I'll tell you what, this paint really dries quick too, and it goes a lot further than what I thought. I have a lot left in that gallon, so I probably didn't have to buy an entire gallon, but I didn't want to run out, so. All right, well, thanks for watching my video. Please leave me a comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button to help support my channel. God bless and have a great day.